We have done over 25 instant noodle variations on this channel so far. From Lebanon to Nepal, Indonesia, and Australia, we've covered the gambit. So what's 5 more? Today, we're looking at 5 new instant noodle creations from 5 more countries, so let's get into it.
Hi everyone, my name is Widy and I'm from Bekasi, Indonesia. The dish I want to talk about is Sosis Gulung or Noodles sausage rolls in English. It's a savory dish and you only need to roll the middle of the sausage with cooked instant noodle and deep fry it. You can get two different texture in one bite, crunchiness from the noodles and soft texture from the sausage. Actually, I didn't know about Sosis Gulung before until one day my classmate bought it from our school canteen. Because of my curiosity, I decided to buy it and I like it. The combination between the noodle sausage rolls and its liquid sauce is just perfect combo for me.
One of the things that I think is so interesting about this recipe is that it is on the official Indomie website, so this is an Indomie sanctioned recipe.
If I had to make this, I would use Indomie Goreng because it has distinctive flavor.
Whoa. This is a really big hot dog. I don't know if I've ever had a hot dog this long, and I've had a lot of hot dogs in my life. I have done 2 full hot dog episodes, and I've had some really good ones in there. Every topping was necessary. I'm not gonna lie, that might be one of the best hot dog bites I've ever had, and I've had a lot of hot dog bites. So I'm definitely excited to try this one. This is a new brand for me.
Unfortunately, there is no detailed explanation regarding the dish's origins. One article said that it has been popular in Indonesia since 90s and it has different names for several places. So if you are looking for a simple dish with unique texture but still affordable, you can give it a try. Please enjoy it while it's still hot and you can dip it with your favorite dipping sauce. If your noodle sausage rolls is too hard to eat, you can soak them in that liquid sauce for like 1 or 2 minutes until it softens enough. I think that's it. I hope you enjoy it. Selamat mencoba, selamat makan. Have a nice day everyone.
These ended up looking so good. I'm very excited to dig in. Well, that's one of my new favorite things. The Indomie is crunchy and adds a lot of texture and flavor to the hot dog. And this dipping sauce, I mean, yeah, mayonnaise, ketchup, sriracha, and a little bit of white pepper. Every bite is just making me giggle a little. It's super fun to eat. I was nervous that the noodles weren't going to stick well, but it ended up being really easy and not an issue at all. One more dip for good measure. If you like hot dogs and you like instant noodles, try this dish. It is fabulous, it will make you giggle, and it's super easy to make. Speaking about something new and fun, I learned about my family recently using the sponsor of today's episode, MyHeritage. A lot of my family is from Russia, and they immigrated to the US in the 1900s, so we don't know too much about them. We do have a few photographs and records, like this one of my grandfather's entrance on Ellis Island and this photo of him, but that's about it. When MyHeritage reached out to work with me, I was super excited to learn that they have a family tree generator. It works by scouring the internet and helping me find family members that I never knew existed. Building your family tree is simple. I started with myself and my immediate family members, and MyHeritage did the rest of the work. They went back, sourcing from their more than 33 billion documents, and I found family members like third cousins and sisters-in-law that I never knew about. This is my father's aunt, who I never knew about, and my great uncle's sister-in-law. They have records of death certificates, phone numbers in the phone book, and marriage licenses, which is super cool. Like, this is my grandfather and grandmother's marriage license that I had never seen before. Even crazier is someone whose family has the same last name as mine reached out to talk about their family tree, so I might be able to find more people related to me. As you know, my last name is pretty different, so finding family members has actually been relatively easy. But the more you give MyHeritage, the more people they'll be able to find. Another fun feature is their photo feature. If you have black and white or damaged photos, MyHeritage will colorize them and help repair them. I wonder what color dress she's wearing. Ooh, isn't that cool?
That's so cool.
They can even animate them like this. From pictures and documents, I learned more about myself and where I came from. So, if you're interested in learning more about your family's history, click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen to get a 14-day free trial.
Hi, my name is Liyana. I am from Malaysia. The dish I want to talk about is Maggi Goreng Mama or Mamak fried Maggi in English.
My knife skills have improved. I just said that I hate julienning things. I'm just not good at julienning with a knife. You were supposed to julienne them, but I don't know how to julienne. That's just facts. Ugh. That looks like a julienne.
That looks good, yeah.
Eat that, Gordon Ramsay.
Mamak fried Maggi is simply a fried instant noodles that combines seasoning and sauces added with some vegetables for the texture.
I had that leftover cabbage from my cabbage episode, which if you haven't watched yet is really fun and has some amazing dishes in it. I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description.
I like how this dish tasted savory yet flavorful but light at the same time. I think it is something most Malaysians like, and it was one of the best-selling dishes at the Mamak restaurant. It is also available to be buy at any time since many of the restaurants open for 24 hours.
I've definitely heard of Maggi before, but only the Indian version of Maggi, not this Malaysian version of Maggi. I found it online, but I'm excited. It's always fun to try a new instant noodle brand.
You can use any brand of instant noodle with curry flavor. This dish originated from Mamak, an Indian Muslim community from India who migrated and opened restaurants here.
Don't worry, these pans are safe to use metal on. Check the description for the pans that I'm using.
For me, this dish is economical since it only uses typical Asian veggies and doesn't need to add any meat or seafood. Everyone should try this dish because it was Malaysian flavored.
I think there's a difference between an instant noodle dish and an instant noodle dish. And this one is a dish. It used instant noodles for sure, but I was in there cooking for like 20 minutes. So this isn't a pop in, pop out type of dish, but it also doesn't look like one. It looks fancy. It tastes fancy too. Yum. There are so many vegetables in here. It is chock full of crunchiness. There's a bite to everything. There's softness in there. It's a really good contrast between noodles and veg. I think it's the right balance. Oh, I should put some lime on this. Lime is always good. Whoa, that was a juicy lime. Good with lime juice. This has ketchup in it, and I do love a ketchup sauce. It also has sweet soy sauce, which is one of my favorite things that I learned about from this channel. I've gone through a lot of it. I just realized I'm like 3/4 of the way through this bottle. That's shocking, because I use this for fun. Well, like not for fun, but I use it on my own because I love it so much. But I guess I also use it a lot for cooking on this channel. But yeah, 3/4 of the way, look at me. And it has sriracha, so you have sweet and spicy and kind of like umami all mixed together. And then you have the curry powder from the curry noodles. I've never had these noodles before, but I have to say I like them. I do like a curry noodle. The pack also came with some extra ones that I am happy to share, so if you want to try this brand, send me an email. The link is in the description and I will mail it to you. I'm eating the leftover noodles and it's pretty crazy to me how a couple of hours later they're still really good. It's instant noodles, isn't that surprising?
Hi Beryl, my name is Mahrukh. I'm 22 years old and I'm originally from Islamabad, Pakistan, but I've been living in London for the past 10 years. The dish I'd like to share with you today is called Maggi Unda. Maggi is a food brand that in Pakistan the word is synonymous with ramen, and Unda is the Urdu word for egg. Essentially what it is a golden, crispy, reddish brown omelette that is pan fried.
So these are a product of Pakistan, and I think this might be the first time I've ever had Pakistani noodles, which is pretty cool. Chatpata, and I like this sassy pepper on the front with her cool glasses.
And what it does is that it combines the flavor profiles of something that is comforting, cheap, and easily accessible, and mixes it with something that is a pantry staple and more filling, like an egg. This dish is something that brings a lot of comfort to me because it was a childhood novelty, and it's something that I've been making for my highest highs and my lowest lows as sort of a reward. This dish is eaten all across the world, but I think also across Pakistan, though I do claim to have invented it when I was a child. The premise of the dish is simple and it only takes 2 ingredients, but you can use whatever toppings you like. My preferred toppings are chaat masala on top, some chopped onions and green chilies, and also some mango or carrot achar on the side. Something that makes this dish special is the Pakistani flavor profile. Although I call it a Maggi Unda, the noodles that I prefer to use are actually not Maggi at all, but rather Knorr. Knorr's chatpata flavor is a Pakistani flavor that is deeply umami, spiced but not too spicy, and it's just a source of ultimate comfort for me. I have gotten into quite a lot of trouble with TSA agents for bringing back suitcases full of Maggi because it's not quite as accessible here in London. But that will never deter me from having Maggi to eat with my Maggi Unda. And I say it's Maggi, but I really mean Knorr.
This is not the first instant noodle pancake that I've made on this channel, but it is the first time that I'm trying chatpata noodles, so I think that counts for something. I also love green chili pickle. Reddit says that I eat way too much of it and then I'm gonna get heartburn, but I never do. These noodles are spicy, but I should probably try it without all the red chili. Let's see. Yeah, they definitely have a kick to them. Now my nose is like clearing out because I ate so much of that red chili pickle. We'll just eat a little bit more though, because we didn't learn our lesson. I love an instant noodle pancake. When I said last time that there are instant noodle dishes and instant noodle dishes, this one's an instant noodle dish. Because it takes like 2 seconds to make, but it's also elevating the instant noodles into a way that's different than just having soup. It's spicier than I was giving it credit for. Usually when I eat the red chili, it's with other foods, and this was just with like a very basic instant noodle that was already kind of spicy. I just need a moment. I need my mom. I like this dish because it's super affordable. You just need the instant noodle packet and the egg. That's one of the best things about instant noodle pancakes, and they're just a great snack. And it's a very different way to look at an instant noodle package, and it's a way that I think is definitely up there on one of my favorite preparations for instant noodles at this point. I put chaat masala on top of the pancake, which is common in Indian and Pakistani cooking. It is a finishing spice. So think about things like French fries, put it on top of that. Fruit salad, put it on top of that. If you have a pasta salad or a bean salad, put it on top of that. It has tons of amazing uses. So if you're interested in it, but you're like, what would I do with it? The answer is, put it on top of that. I crack myself up sometimes. Just like the Maggi curry noodles, I have extra of these chatpata noodles, so if you're interested in trying them, send me an email. The link is in the description and I will send you a pack.
My name is Matt. I live in Brisbane, Australia, but I was born and grew up in Southeast Asia. My instant noodle dish is one that I just call peanut noodles. Peanut noodles are instant noodles with roasted peanuts, green peas, and a sauce that mixes curry, soy, and sweet and sour flavors.
Never have I ever boiled peanuts like this before. Matt says that it will soften them. Curious and curious.
I like this dish because it has a balance of sweet, sour, salty, spicy, and the crunchy peanuts add something really simple but special as well. This dish is just one that I've come up with, but it's got some influence from some of the Southeast Asian dishes that I grew up eating. This dish is a comfort food dish for me. It's one that I have pretty regularly as a simple lunch or a dinner, especially in the cold weather when it's nice to have something hot. I use Indomie mee goreng noodles for this dish. I know those type of noodles are meant to be drained and eaten without the soup, but I find that the texture and the flavour really work well for this dish. I first came up with the basic version of this dish when I had to have surgery on my jaw about 10 years ago. I could only eat really soft food for a while, so I was eating a lot of soft noodles. And I came up with this mix of flavours just through trying lots of combinations. But I really missed having crunchy textures. So once I was able to eat solid food again, I tried adding peanuts, and it just worked really well. This version of instant noodles is really easy and cheap. All the ingredients are simple, they're easy to find, and they're all things that I'd keep on hand in the kitchen anyway.
Immediately.
Good start. Take two. When Matt said peanut noodles, this is not what I was expecting, to have whole peanuts. I was assuming like a peanut sauce. But these noodles actually are so interesting to me because they are so dark. See, the color of the noodles is even dark. That's from the dark vinegar and the soy sauce. Ooh, the vinegar gives it a really nice kick. Wow. Trying a peanut. Oh yeah, the peanuts did soften. They're a lot softer than just dry roasted. Ooh, it looks so pretty to me. I think the mixture of the Indomie flavor and the soy sauce and the vinegar is really good. The Indomie is a little bit spicy, the soy sauce has a lot of umami, and then the vinegar has a lot of kick to it. It's a very cool trifecta in your mouth. I'm not tasting the curry powder too much, but the curry powder is giving a lot of really interesting color because it's mixing with that dark soy sauce and the dark vinegar that I used. A lot of stuff went into these noodles, but it also tastes like a lot of stuff went into these noodles. They definitely taste transformed, they taste a lot fancier, and they look a lot fancier.
Hi there, my name is Talie. I live in California in the United States, and the dish that I'm excited to share is called taco noodles. Now, this was the first recipe that I ever made up. I was 13 on summer vacation, and I just needed something to feed myself after swim practice. But once I figured out the recipe, it became my go-to, and not much has changed in 17 years.
So Talie said that you could either buy pre-made taco seasoning or make your own. I'm making my own. So a lot of spices, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
In college, it was a cheap and filling pantry staple meal, and now at age 30, it is still my go-to comfort meal. So it has really been with me through so many phases of life. Growing up, I used to use Maruchan ramen. Now, Top Ramen is a little easier to find where I am, but I think any brand really works.
Red pepper flakes and chili powder, okay. Leia calls this paprika, I call it paprika. Which one is right? Because I know one of us is wrong, or I'm doing it with like a British version of the spice name. I don't know, but tell me which one is right, please. I don't know, it'll be hard to write it, but just figure it out.
Sound it out.
The way that I would describe this dish is probably ugly delicious. It's a tangle of noodles and cheese and black beans and meaty crumbles, but there are some pops of color from the red onion and the corn.
I'm using these Indonesian noodles, but you can literally use any type of noodle because you're not putting any seasoning in it, so whatever you have on hand totally works.
There's also a pop of color, and this is where I usually lose people. I like it with sour cream and ketchup on top. And I'm sure Beryl will make it pretty with some greenery. Now, the sour cream and ketchup may sound strange, but I think it's really important for adding acid and balance into such a cheesy dish. And I think it's really good. The way that I make it, I think it ends up tasting like a taco-fied mac and cheese. It's chewy and creamy and kind of sweet, but also sour from the sour cream and ketchup. It's got pops of brightness from all the other add-ins, and it's just overall really tasty. But I think that's the fun thing about food. There's so many opportunities to just be creative and fuse your favorite things together. So I hope this has convinced you to try it. And even if you don't try it, I hope it still inspires you to do what I did at age 13 and go into the kitchen and experiment with whatever you've got on hand.
This definitely looks like a hearty meal. It's a full bowl. Tastes like a taco. You know, I was questioning the ketchup, but the ketchup adds a little bit of sweetness that's actually really good with the umami of the taco seasoning. Oh, I like this more than I thought I was going to. When I had to cook the meat in water, I also was like, oh, that's kind of odd. It's like Hamburger Helper. But it made a sauce with all of the seasoning, and I also think that that is really good. It's coated the noodles entirely. Adding cheese to instant noodles is fun no matter what, and I think I added the right amount of cheese. Sour cream is good. Sometimes I sub yogurt for it, and like, it scratches the itch, but when you have real sour cream, it really scratches the itch because it's so creamy. Yum, 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 yum. Talie said that you could go vegetarian by using tofu or Beyond Meat with this. I think that would totally work. I don't think that you would miss the meat because it's such a complete meal. The corn is good, the beans are good, the meat is good, the cheese is good. So end of day, I love this. I hope you were inspired by all these instant noodle dishes. Don't forget the recipes are all in the description on my website, beryl.nyc. Ding! Thanks again to MyHeritage for sponsoring today's episode. If you're interested in learning more about your family's history, click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen to get a 14-day free trial. And until next week, I'm leaving you with 2 more instant noodle episodes to keep the party going. And don't forget to like and subscribe, it helps the channel grow. I will see you all next week.